with time restraints, choosing your supplies, and not knowing what techniques to try next. I know the struggle all too well. You sit down to create a project and think, where do I start? Some of you might be thinking, there's no way that I struggle. Guess what? I struggle with it all too. It can definitely be overwhelming. I want to help build up your confidence so you can trust your own creative voice and break that blank page. So let's get into the video. I'm going to be making an art journal page today. When I'm working in my double page journal here, I like to add masking tape to the center. I feel it just brings both pages together. It also will help eliminate any colors bleeding through to the other pages. When you are feeling overwhelmed with that blank page, adding the first layer is always the hardest. So what I do is start with a layer of gesso. I like to look at gesso as a product that does more than just prime my paper. It is always going to be that one thing that helps me start that project. And when you're struggling, that is a huge step to take, just adding that first layer down on that paper. So we have gesso down. What's next? We need other supplies to use on our project. When you're struggling to create, picking out supplies that you're already comfortable using is the best way to go. I will be using a Transfer Me sheet from today's sponsor, Dress My Craft. I have used Transfer Me sheets in the past. I immediately fell in love with them. They truly take the guesswork out of not knowing what your focal point is going to be. In just a moment, I want to share with you some simple things that you could be doing to bring your project to the next level. But first, let me show you how easy it is to use these Transfer Me sheets. I knew I only wanted to use part of the design, and instead of cutting it, which would give me a really straight line, I decided to see if I could rip it to give me a nice rough edge. It's such a simple thing to do, and it will add so much interest to your art journal page. When using the transfer sheets, you are going to need some water and a sponge. Before you add any water to the Transfer Me sheet, you want to make sure that you pull back the protective layer on top. You're going to carefully dip your sheet into some water. Make sure it doesn't fold on top of each other. Dipping it into some water before applying it to your surface is going to help the release time. You are going to flip over the design and put it to your surface. You're going to need a sponge, and you are going to use it to dab on some more water. You're going to feel the transfer sheet lift up from the backing, and that's when you're going to slide off the backing sheet. If you're going down memory lane thinking of those kid tattoos we used to put on all over our arms, yep, it's pretty much the same thing. I am going to show you how to blend the design into the paper. It's another simple step, but it will definitely add the wow factor to your overall project. I take some white gesso, add it to the page, and I'm going to use a paintbrush and a brayer to blend out the design into the paper. I like to use a brayer for this because it adds such great texture to your page. Having a good text stamp is another simple way to add so much to your art journal page. I am taking some permanent ink, curling up my stamp, and only stamping in random areas. This way I get lots of texture, and it is also going to help blend the design into the paper. And this is going to help everything flow together. My next tip is to keep things simple. I think we can all get wrapped up in the idea of every single project has to be so grand, this masterpiece, but when we're struggling to create and being creative is our happy place, try not to focus so much on what it's going to look like when you're done. Just enjoy the process of creating. For my focal point, I'm going to be using another transfer sheet. I actually only want to use the floral images, so I cut them out and I'm going to be putting them on some cardstock. Putting the transfers on cardstock first will allow me to play around with the composition. You can do the same thing with collage paper or stamped images. By not adding your focal point directly to your page, this might help eliminate some of the stress you might feel if you have commitment issues like I do. I get so stressed out stamping my focal point directly on a card or an art journal page. But I do have to remember to get out of my own head, try not to stress too much, because after all, it's just paper. I add the floral images to my art journal page with some matte gel. The matte gel will really help the images lay flat on the art journal page. I love how all of these simple steps are finally coming together, but stick with me because I'm going to share my favorite techniques to bring the whole page together. So I'm going to be taking a brush with some gesso, dry brushing on in different areas. I lightly brush on some gesso to the stamped areas and also where the wood grain design is that I added first. I really want the design to blend into the background, so adding this layer of gesso is going to help with that. This next step I almost skipped, but I'm so glad that I didn't. The floral images were just kind of sitting there. They didn't feel part of the page. So I took my Stabilo pencil and I'm going to be adding shading behind them. Not too much, but just enough to add a lot of depth and dimension to the art journal page. You don't have to use a Stabilo pencil. You can use watercolors, distress ink, or whatever you already have in your stash. We could be done here, but there's even more tips and techniques I want to share with you that you could be doing that will make your project look that much better. I'm going to be taking that same script stamp that I used earlier and stamping on top of the floral images. Doing this is really going to bring the whole page together. I am stamping with permanent black ink. I like to curve my stamp in my hand so that I don't get a full stamped image, I just get bits and pieces of the script. I feel it gives a lot more interest to the page. For this next step, I'm going to be using a stencil and some texture paste. Adding stenciling to your page is going to bring a lot of movement, and it's going to help bring your eye to the focal point. If you don't have any texture paste, you can thicken up some acrylic paint or gesso with baby powder or cornstarch. Just like the stamping I did, I'm going to add the paste randomly on the page. This is going to give a lot more interest. I'm also going to add the paste on top of the floral images. I love these transfer sheets because the images are so gorgeous. And I didn't feel the need to add any color to my page. So when you're afraid or struggling to start, having one less thing to worry about is going to really help you when you sit down to create and break that blank page. And the blank page could be anything for you. A card, canvas, a scrapbook layout, literally anything. Here is my favorite part to creating any project. I don't know what it is, but adding splatters to my pages is just so much fun. I added a quote that says, "Embrace the journey," because when we stop stressing about the end result and really enjoy the process of creating, we will start to build the confidence we need when we are feeling afraid to start. And I have even more to share with you. In this video right here, I share more tips and break down the process into manageable steps to help make it easier for you to get creating with confidence. I hope to see you there.